What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Magic Monday, where we are chatting about video. Oh yeah, what's up? Here comes Sarah James today. I'm bringing her on. We're going to be focusing today on Instagram stories and how to use them to generate additional revenue for your lifestyle, for your business, etc. I was originally going to bring on Millionaire Hoy today, who is a huge fitness influencer over on YouTube, but he had some medical challenges and we have to reschedule that. So that is coming. And if you are new to Magic Monday, just so you know, we do this every single Monday at 11:11 a.m. So I'm going to get Sarah on here. Hold on one second. And we are going to be talking about all of the massive success that she has had recently in her business by using video to spread her mission and purpose online. So if you are interested in becoming a digital influencer, a video influencer, or you want to use video marketing to enhance your secrets from the pros. So I'm going to get Sarah on here real quick. Hello, Sarah.
My head is huge. Let me back up here. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, get your big old head out of there. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Sarah is my sister, and luckily she was available this morning because she lives a self-driven lifestyle. She is able to have time freedom, location freedom through the business that she's created online, and she's going to be sharing some of those tips today. And thank you, Sarah, for joining, because normally I did have Millionaire Hoy scheduled. I will get him back on here, you guys, because Millionaire has a ton of huge videos on YouTube. He's a fitness influencer, like I said, and he lives full-time through his YouTube channel as well. He's given talks at Google and things like that. So we will get him back on here. Make sure, again, you subscribe for those notifications to be notified every single Monday at 11:11 a.m. We're chatting about this stuff. So today we have Sarah stepping in to fill the gap. And I'm so excited because she has had some massive success on Instagram over the last couple months. You've grown like crazy. You recently just had a Facebook video go completely viral with 4.7 million views talking about your lifestyle and what you're doing and how you're making money online and living in a craftsman van, camper van, and traveling around the world, living your dream. And it's so cool because I remember when you and I were running Super Sister Fitness, like, it's just you've grown so much as a person and evolved so much that I knew that it was always a calling for you to be able to travel, and I knew you wanted to do that with Alex, her husband, and now they're actually doing it. So it's so fun to see where you guys are at, and I'm super proud. So why don't you give the people kind of just a little intro on what your business is, how you use Instagram specifically, and also you're almost to the 10K YouTube mark, which is really cool. 10K subscribers.
I'm excited. I know.
You've had some videos go totally crazy on there too, with 87,000 views in just a couple weeks, using the SEO strategies that we teach in the Rank and Bank Masterclass, which is, by the way, you guys, relaunching in early March. So make a note, comment below. I will add you to the waiting list for that. But go ahead and give the people a quick little intro about who you are and how you've used this brand online to teach people how to free themselves from the hustle and grind of the 40-hour work week.
Yeah, man, it's just blown my mind lately how much traction we're getting with everything, and I just want to kind of speak on that really quickly. Put yourself out there. It's going to take a while to get that traction, to gain that momentum, to have the viral videos, to, you know, really grow your business. But the sooner you start, the sooner you'll start that traction, the sooner you'll get that momentum. So we've been doing this for about 8 months now, and like really we're hitting this like crazy momentum with our business, and really things are just really picking up. A lot of you already know who I am because you follow Liz for a long time and you already know that we work together, but then I kind of split off because I realized my true passion was coaching and teaching people how to use the internet so they can break free of the 9-to-5 bullshit, in my opinion. And I know that some people think that's a little extreme, but I just don't believe in that life. I don't think that it's for everyone. I think some people love their job, and that's amazing, and I give you props. But there are a lot of people out there right now that freaking hate going to their job. They're not living their passion. They're miserable. They're depressed, and I want to help people like that break out of that shit so they can live their true purpose in life and be fulfilled and experience life and actually truly live, because we only have one life, so why not live it now and live it to the fullest? So I love doing this stuff, and yeah, it's the best.
Cool. Danielle says, you rock, Sarah. Love your energy and positivity. Dylan said he's super interested. By the way, Dylan just completed the Rank and Bank Masterclass. It's a 4-week YouTube accelerated learning course where you get to learn all the advanced SEO strategies, how to create your content strategy, all that kind of stuff. And if you were in that class and you're watching this video now, just FYI, Sarah is giving you a discount on her Instagram training. So I will be messaging you guys separately. Just a little heads up, Dylan, that is coming for you. Okay, cool. So let's talk about Instagram stories specifically. Speaking of Instagram, you're the creator of Creator Academy. And
Yeah.
you also have an Instagram training, and I want to kind of dive into how you use Instagram stories specifically and that method of video influence to make $5,000 last month just through Instagram stories. That's not like the total of what you made, but through Instagram stories, you generated enough leads to create $5,000 out of nowhere. So let's talk about that. How did you
overall in the last 8 months, it's been like 30K from Instagram. So it's huge. It was our #1 platform. Now it's actually YouTube, but that's a different topic. But yes, Instagram. So there's a big difference between posting a photo on your Instagram and using Instagram story. So Instagram, you have to remember, is a visual platform. So your images need to be high quality. I get it all the time that like our photos look like a magazine. That's on purpose because we're building a brand. We're trying to attract people through that visual on our timeline. So when they come and look at it, there's that consistent overall theme and they totally understand what we're doing, who we are, all of that stuff. Okay. So that's for posting on your actual Instagram when you post a photo. And I don't ever like to post videos on Instagram, like on your actual Instagram. I think that's weird. Like I don't know. For my niche, it just doesn't work. For different people, it might. Instagram stories where it's at though, let me tell you, like it is the best thing in the world because you get to share your personality, you get to connect with people, people can direct message you and you can start that conversation. And once you hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, you actually unlock a feature that you can swipe up. I'm sure some of you have seen that. You've watched somebody's story and they're like, swipe up to like go check out XYZ, you know? And so that for us, once we hit 10K, it was like big push for our business. But we had been building the content, getting people, you know, just getting to know us, right? And so we were just sharing our mission, sharing our story, sharing how it's our passion to break people out of the 9-to-5 and live a life of purpose and passion and do what they want and experience life, sharing our stories related to that. And then we slowly started introing our business. So I want to make that clear too. Like we focused on the relationship up front before we started like pushing our business or talking about that at all. And really coming from it, the perspective of like the internet's not going anywhere, like start leveraging your time, start making money while you sleep and putting all that on Instagram story. And people love that. And as soon as it was like, okay, now here's what we do, swipe up to opt in, watch this webinar, our business just kaboomed, like literally exploded because of Instagram story. That's how we started everything. We never had to pay for traffic. We didn't have to do anything but just get on Instagram story and share who we really were instead of just, you know, posting photos on Instagram. It's totally different. So
question for you, because this is something that I noticed in some of the students that just took my YouTube masterclass to learn how to use YouTube as an evergreen organic advertising strategy, which is really what YouTube's all about. One of the things that I noticed coming up for a few of the students in that class was that people are struggling to narrow their audience down to a certain niche. And that I believe, and I know that you agree with this, that your ability to niche it down to a very specific segment of what is a very saturated market, the travel and lifestyle industry, you have chosen one tiny little niche of that to start. And here's the thing, like I know you're not gonna live in a van forever. You'll always have that van for sure. And by the way, you guys, go look at it. It's 40 hours of freedom. It's not just like she's living in a friggin' like van down by the river. That's not what we're talking about here. It's super nice. Like you'd think it straight out of a Craftsman, like Better Homes and Gardens style of a van. But I know that's not your long-term intention. However, when you were starting to build this travel and lifestyle business, you chose to route down to that specific niche, which I believe is what has enabled you to explode and kaboom your business, because you're getting now a loyal tribe of people who are about the underlying values. And what I've noticed is that people who are just getting started, maybe they're having a challenge to niche it down to a specific segment of the market. And so talk about kind of how that has worked for you or how that has differentiated you, because I know for sure, like there are tons and tons of people out there that want to be travel influencers, that want to travel full time, and they just can't quite figure it out how to do that because they don't have the gift of niching down. And that truly, of all the things, is the secret. And you and I both know that because we've grown multiple businesses now using that strategy. So can you kind of just share, like, how can you give advice to these people who are struggling with big, like overarching parent topics of like self-development or fitness or travel or whatever it is? So they have this parent topic that they know they're passionate about. How do they then start to reverse engineer being able to reach a specific segment of that market? Because you're really good at that. And I just want you to kind of share your process around it.
Yeah, so the thing to always remember is that the riches are in the niches. Like they really are. If you're going broad and vague, you're not going to be successful, just straight up. Like it's going to be really, really hard because there are dozens and dozens of other people doing the same thing as you. So why would somebody follow you? So always remembering that. And it can be difficult because everybody has their own vision for their life. Everybody has their own niche that they want to go into, but really getting specific. And the way that you do that is think of literally the person that you want to work with. Like, what's their name? What's their age? What do they do? What are their hobbies? What do they dress like? Like, literally create that person and write it all out. Even like what they look like, where they shop, what they eat, like literally everything. And when you get crystal clear on that, you will attract people to you because you're going to be putting out the content to reach that person. And this stuff seriously works because it blows my mind. I love all the people that we work with, and they are literally like my avatar. They're like me. They do the same things as me. They enjoy the same activities. Like they just get it. And when you have that like instant click with somebody, it's like you already know you're going to be lifelong friends no matter what, even if you're not doing business together. And they just follow you wherever you go, and they want to do whatever you're doing. And like to have that connection with people only comes by being in a niche. And I want to just speak into, you know, I know my niche is van life, right? But people we work with don't live in vans. They just think that was inspiring and maybe want to travel more like that. Maybe we have like 2 people that are building out a van right now, but most of the people we work with are just normal people that work 9 to 5 jobs that were inspired by what we were putting out there. And again, they don't live van life. So I want people to remember that just because you're in a niche doesn't mean that you can't reach people outside of that. Like that they won't be attracted to you. I love all the
Totally. Loving all the hearts from Chloe and Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Chloe. Love you guys too. Yeah, so that's a really great tip. And I love that quote, the riches are in the niches. Not that you do what you do for the riches, but when you're really focused on helping people solve a problem or challenge in their life that is debilitating for them and getting to the other side and leading by example, which you've done. Like you didn't want to ever, and same with me, I don't want to work, I'm not meant to work in an office environment where I have to wear like a button-up shirt and be like, I'm crazy, you guys, and I'm happy to be crazy. Like crazy is the way to be on the internet. The weirder the better, and as far as I'm concerned. But like that's just never has been what I've been called to. And I know that a lot of people like in our culture were kind of siphoned off into that. It's a bottleneck into the corporate America, and a lot of people are super unfulfilled in that because they have so many gifts and really solutions for other people. They're just maybe not quite sure on how to share that. And so that's really great advice. And I love that quote. The riches are in
I want to also say that you're not going to be friends with everybody. Like we have so many haters. And if we let that stop us, we wouldn't reach the people we really want to reach. So I think a lot of the fear holds people back of like getting really specific and knowing exactly who they're talking to, because then they're like, but wait, I'm going to push away those other people. Well, good. Push them away. You don't want to work with everybody. You don't want everybody in your circle. And the people that are the haters are typically the people you don't want to work with anyway, because they have their own self-limiting beliefs. They are very judgmental. Like it's not who you want to be working with. So don't be afraid to have haters. We have a lot of them. It just happens when you're pushing something out there and you're on a mission. You're always going to have those people, but don't let that stop you. That's their own stuff. That's not you. And so I just want to say that because I think the fear is like one of the biggest things that holds people back from like being really strong and committed and standing in what they believe. And I believe that the 9 to 5 is bullshit. So I just put it out there, and some people get really triggered by that, but that's their own thing. So
yeah, and again, it's not for everybody. So you're identifying who that message is for, and you're really pouring all your energy and effort into serving that segment of the market. So let's talk about a little bit more specifically about Instagram stories and how you use that. Because one thing that I'll share with Super Sister Fitness, I worked with Refinery 29, and occasionally they'll connect me to brands and things like that for partnership opportunities. And I remember when I was sitting down with one of the brand reps from Refinery 29, which is like this huge multi-million follower fan base thing. Basically, it's an online magazine on Facebook. They have this huge audience, and they also have a website or whatever where it's like trending topics. You can learn about lifestyle, beauty, fitness, etc. And I remember when I was sitting down with the brand rep from Refinery 29, she told me that a lot of the big companies now are looking for video influencers specifically on Instagram stories. And that's kind of like where these big brands are moving towards for their influencer marketing strategy and even micro influencer marketing strategy. So let's talk specifically about Instagram stories and how you use that to generate leads for your back-end business.
Yeah, so like I shared, it's really building that relationship up front, really putting out your vision, your mission, what you're trying to create in the world, who you're trying to serve, and always leading with that value. So even if we talk about our business, it's somehow tied to value for the person that's watching, right? And one of the coolest things is, again, once you hit 10K on Instagram, you can do the swipe up thing. So if you have something directly you're promoting, a launch, a web class, a free download, whatever it is, it's so cool that you can say like swipe up and put the link in there. And it's so easy for people to swipe up, put their name and email in, like make a sale, whatever that transaction is that you're trying to achieve. That's one of the coolest ways. And then also, we always keep it really personal, like, and you can direct message us and we'll get back to you if you have questions. And so like knowing and telling people like you're still a real human, even if you have a lot of followers online, like you still want to connect and really have that relationship, and we're always coming back to that. And we really just use it for like inspiring people, putting the message out there. Like I try to just give tips here and there just to keep that relationship going. And just to speak into like the influencer part, it is really cool if you work with people or say you go meet up with somebody that also has an Instagram following, that you can now tag people in Instagram stories. And so that's really cool and fun to be able to like click on it and people can go follow that person. I just did it with a friend the other day. We were doing a van tour video and tagged her in it, and she got like 500 followers from it. So like even that, like just building the community, kind of sharing that love with everybody. And that's why big brands are really starting to see that potential with, now they can tag like the company in there and people can come follow us, and like really building that community. It's really fun, and like, I don't know, I just love it.
Cool. Yeah. There's a couple of makeup artists that I follow that sometimes they'll do the strategy of a takeover. So they'll take another makeup artist that is doing a specific look, and they basically they introduce the person, tag them, and then have the other person take over their account and share an Instagram stories of here's the tutorial on how to do this look. So again, they have a niche audience that's interested in makeup tutorials, and then they're partnering and doing these collabs with other people, which is what I just heard you say with the other person living van life. Because you're talking to the same segment of the market, it's very easy to have the crossover, because if you like somebody in this area, you're probably going to like their friends in the same area, right?
Yeah, it's so fun. And it just builds, again, that community. Like the more that you can find people in your niche that are like out there on a similar mission and collaborate with them and try to, Instagram story or YouTube or whatever you want to focus on, and really build that, because the more you do that, the more you all grow and rise up together. And that's one of the coolest parts about Instagram.
So can you give us a little bit of like a specific example of how you would use Instagram stories to kind of create that? Because one thing I've also noticed with stories is, you know how it shows you like the length of stories, and the more slides you have in the story, the smaller those little bars get. I noticed and I don't know if this is like, you've noticed this too, but I noticed that I'll watch the people who have stories like 3 or 4 segments long, probably no more than 5 or 6, like the chunks. Once they start getting into teeny tiny little micro chunks, I'm like, I'm not watching all that. So how can we create quality in less of amount of quantity of stories? And also, what is a specific example of how you have used that to generate leads? Because I hear you talking about inspiration and creating a relationship, but like how?
Yeah, for sure. So I love that you just said that, because don't be laser, be like really direct and know what you're going to say going into it, so that you don't have like 20 stories where like half of them you're not really saying anything, right? You only have 15 seconds, so you have to be really fast. You have to talk quickly. You have to pick up where you left off, but I always try to keep it like 4 or 5 max. So then that's like a minute, right? It's like not that long, and people will actually go through that. And so to give a specific example, we just launched Creator Academy, and really just building up that launch of talking about not living your purpose and not feeling fulfilled. And if you want more out of life, then you have to make a change. And if you're not going to make a change, nothing will change in your life. You create your own reality, like sharing like how to be a creator, and that we have this new program. So I'll say something like that, and with a swipe up, if you want to check out, or say it's like a flash sale. I've done that a couple of times. Flash sale today only, like this is your chance. You're hearing this for a reason. Jump in. It's so worth it. putting that in an Instagram story with the swipe up. And it is crazy how many opens that gets, how many opt-ins, like how many sales and leads that's generated for our business of people that, you know, we've never talked to, we've never met in person. They just have followed us on Instagram. We've been putting that message out there for long enough that then people are like, yep, this is my time. Like, I'm jumping in. So
cool. Cool. I love it. Okay, cool. So you are giving like a free opt-in or something value first of here's how to do XYZ. And if you want to know more about that, swipe up and we'll send you this, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Or also doing.
We don't really have any like free download type things actually for our business. Like, I just didn't want to do that. It's like we have a web class you can watch. So if you want to get more info on that, they can opt in. But I just don't have a free download of anything because everything's been going well, so I haven't really needed to, cool. Honestly. So,
and I'm glad you said that because, you know, if you take any course on internet marketing, like there's this whole old paradigm, I feel, of like, do the free opt-in, like give them your freemium and this and that. But we've even noticed, like in the 5 years of running Super Sister Fitness, the free opt-ins have changed. Behaviorally, the way that people are consuming information is changing. So offering like a free 70-page ebook is no longer as effective as offering a 2-page PDF checklist on how to get from A to Z, like how to get from where you are to where you want to go. And that's
I think that people that want stuff for free aren't ever really necessarily going to buy anything from you. I found that people that want things for free aren't actually going to do the work. And also people who ask a lot of questions or, you know, are skeptical, they're never going to jump in and work with you. So I want to like put that out there too. And I think that it's true that things are shifting online, and yeah, to have something free, maybe it does work for some people, but for me, I don't want to attract people that want stuff for free. Like, I just want, my program's not that much money. So it's like, if you want to do it, then jump in and get started. So
cool. Cool. I love that. Okay, let's transition real quick because you had mentioned to me last week that your biggest traffic source used to be Instagram and now it's transitioned to YouTube. So let's chat about that real quick on what happened, how did you do that, and how did that one super targeted SEO keyworded the crap out of it, that one video went in a couple weeks to 87,000 views and is now generating tons and tons of new leads for your business. Let's chat about that.
Yeah, so we started our channel, I want to say like in June or July. It was over the summer. So we've been doing it for like 8 months, whatever that is. And in the beginning, we didn't really post that often. I think we had like a van tour and like we just kind of did, you know, videos when we could. We weren't consistent. And then I've just seen a lot of people like really growing their YouTubes. And so I was like, man, I know how to do this. Why am I limiting myself? And we just started filming more videos. And so the big thing changed when we started posting one video a week and being consistent with that for now about 2 to 3 months. We've been posting one video a week. And it might not always be on the same day. We don't like promise the same day because sometimes life happens and you don't get the video out in time. So we just one a week and building that momentum. Yeah, I posted a video about girls in van life and that one is like blown up. We have videos about our business and that brings us free leads all the time. And yeah, our #1 traffic source now to our website is YouTube. And that's so cool because it was always Instagram. And it's just growing and growing. And like in the last month, we've had over 4,000 new subscribers. And so again, that consistency of posting at least once a week.
And looking at your Chanalytics and you got 4,100 subscribers in the last 30 days. You also are now at 342,000 views and you only have 11 videos uploaded. You guys, 11 videos, almost 500,000 views on 11 videos. Like, you're doing something right. And you are like the poster child for the fact that this stuff works. Like, when you know how to use Google, you know how to keyword, you know how to create content that people are actually searching for and make it niche down enough that you're talking to a specific segment of the market, this stuff freaking works. And you have 7.57 thousand subscribers. So you'll be at 10K by the end of February, I guarantee.
I know. It's going to be crazy. I just wish they would hurry up and approve us so that we can start making money off of that. Like, come on, YouTube.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think the biggest thing to remember with YouTube is just show your personality. Don't be afraid to be you. Like, you are you and you are so unique and you are you for a reason. And so share that. Like, don't get on camera and just be so nervous that you can't even shine and show your personality. Like, just keep practicing. It takes time. Liz and I sucked in the beginning being on camera, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. And again, the sooner you do it, the sooner you'll be better. And like, just start doing it, because we're gaining that traction now, because we started all this 8 months ago. And now we're like reaping the rewards of all of this content we've been putting out on the internet. So
yeah. So I teach the people in the Rank and Bank Masterclass, which again, you guys, if you're interested in learning more about YouTube SEO, keyword strategies, content planning, all that kind of stuff, and how to create a brand and business online using YouTube specifically, we're going to be relaunching early March. But in that course, I teach people that there are really only 2 things that the YouTube algorithm looks for. And you just said one of them is consistency in posting. People always ask, how often should I be posting? And does it matter? Should I be vlogging every day? Like all that? No, you shouldn't. Potency is important when it comes to the YouTube algorithm specifically. They look for consistency in posting, and you really only need to be posting once a week, which you have now analytics. You have like the proof that that is true. YouTube is starting to boost your content and recommend it more for people searching for the niche keywords that you are putting into your videos.
Yeah, because there's a lot of competition with van life. There's a lot of people already with huge channels, and so I'm competing with them. I'm getting up there, like I'm ranking, and it's so exciting, because it's just proof that doesn't matter if people are already in your niche. If you're creating the content and you're kind of maybe putting a different spin on it or whatever, you know, really being enthusiastic, really showing your personality, like, you can gain the ranks too and be there with all the big players. So
cool. I love that. So for people who are asking how to get enrolled in the Rank and Bank, the next masterclass launching in early March, you can go to vidfluencepros.com right now and download your 4-step YouTube channel checklist to get yourself started and kind of get a base foundation for how this stuff works. And then you'll be notified for when that starts to launch again. But yeah, I think that, I mean, I'm looking at our analytics side by side, and your channel, like with the once week, here, maybe I can show you guys this. Watch this. So like, look at your channel. Can you see that?
Yeah, maybe get a little closer.
This is your once a week post. This is your once a week post.
I know. And look, we haven't posted anything this week, and I'm going to post something on like Friday, I think. Alex is out of town, has the computer to edit on, but
so you can see those spikes in enrollment, in subscriptions. Yeah, it's crazy. You guys, consistency is key. Okay, so anything else that you want to share with them about being a video influencer, or using Instagram stories specifically, or using YouTube to
start? Just start. Stop letting that voice tell you don't have the time, you're not good enough. Like, sorry.
I have a question. I wasn't done. We didn't talk about the video that you made that got 4.7 million views on Facebook. So talk real quickly about what that was and how it compares to Instagram stories, YouTube, and Facebook specifically.
Oh, yeah, that actually was a company reached out to us and was like, hey, we want to do a video. They sent some examples and we wanted to create a video. And we were like, sure, yeah, as long as you tag us on Facebook, that works for us. And so they just took our photos and put the text. I actually want to create one of those myself. But yeah, they put the photos with little text overlays kind of telling our story. And people love content like that, where it has the text, the big headline. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about on Facebook. Those things go nuts. They go bananas. And so that's what happened with that one. It just started, people shared it and went nuts. And that got us crazy momentum on our Facebook page. We had like over 3,000 new Facebook page likes. Just so many people messaging us. Our website was like off the chain. We were getting so many opt-ins. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. And so I didn't care that, you know, this company obviously was doing it for their own benefit too on Facebook, because it also benefited us. So again, always remembering, like, collaboration is key with all of this stuff. And don't be stingy with your stuff. Don't be like, no, you can't use my photos. Like, the more you share and the more you just like give, the more that you receive. And it's so freaking true. And so, yeah, that happened with Facebook. And I mean, it all leads back into, you know, our website and people opting in our business. So that's the ultimate goal with Facebook, with Instagram, with YouTube, with all of it, is getting people to our site, getting people interested in how do we travel? What do we do? You know, how can I get involved? These people are so cool. Like, they're out there living life. And so all of that, the more, again, content you just have on all the platforms, the better off you'll be. So just get started, folks.
Just take the first step, as they say.
Okay, like, just cool. Start creating. Like, you have a message to share with the world. So what's stopping you?
Cool. I love it. And your tagline is create, don't consume.
Yeah. Be a creator. Here, you create your own reality. I have a few. Be a creator. Create your own reality, and create, don't consume. Too many people are just freaking scrolling and they're not putting their message out there. So stop scrolling, start creating, start living the life that you want to live, and you will attract those people into your life. And even if I get this question all the time, well, what if I'm working a 9-to-5 right now? It doesn't matter. Like, you still have something, a vision for your life. So sharing, like, I'm doing this because I'm going to quit my job in 6 months, or set a goal for yourself. Like, I'm doing this. I started this because I want to share this with the world, because I think that more people need to hear this message. And just putting yourself out there. It doesn't matter that you work a job right now. It's what you're creating, what's coming up in the future for you. So, and sharing.
If it's to be, it's up to who?
Me!
Totally. And declaring your statement, declaring where you're going to the universe is step one in manifesting it and creating it in your reality. So cool. That was a lot of golden nuggets. Anything else that you want to share with the people before we hop off here?
No, not really. Just like I said, get started, folks. And, you know, one big thing I'll say is just, you know, really have your name, really have your taglines. Like, ours is 40 hours of freedom, because we're breaking people out of the 9-to-5, you know, and being a creator and creating your own reality, and really start finding those little sayings that are going to attract people to you because of what you're putting out there. And without that, it's really hard. Like, there's a lot of people, you know, living van life, and their name is like Van Life Steve. You know what I mean? Like, why would somebody care about that? Like, don't make it about your niche necessarily. Make it more about your vision, and lead with your vision, not necessarily, again, like what your niche is.
Totally. The two things that I like to help people understand, that if you really want to go pro with video influence, is you have to have confidence and you have to have competence. Those are the two things, confidence and competence. We said this last week in our Magic Monday series last week. It's like, those are the two things. And if you show up confidently on camera and you declare to the world, this is who I am, this is what we're doing, I'm enrolled. I want to know what you're doing, and I'm going to follow your journey. And I may not be ready to buy or become a customer or a member of your tribe yet, but just because I'm not ready to do that yet does not mean that in the future I won't. So consistency, I would also add to that, confidence in knowing who you are and what you stand for, and competence in the skill sets behind what you're doing. So if you want to be a video influencer, find somebody who already is one, hire them as your coach if they're available for that. Take the Rank and Bank Masterclass, take Sarah's Instagram training, start Creator Academy. Like, whatever it is, you get to go learn who is already doing what I want to do, and how are they, like, they've had success. They're living this life. And find people who are actually competent in the thing that you are currently lacking. Where there's a skill gap, do not try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to figure it out on your own. There's this like talk out there that I've heard this over and over, especially in the conscious community, of people being like, just trust the flow, trust the internal state. And it's like, no, where's the people that are like, hey, listen, why don't you save yourself some time, energy, and money, and get out of this like woo-woo world up here. Find somebody whose bootstraps are on the ground. They've already done it, and they've got the result that you're after, and go learn from them. Invest in like getting that education so that you can show up competently in whatever craft you're trying to master. So I love that you do that. I love that you're so good at this stuff. You're an absolute gift and a blessing in my life as my sister, and you're a smart old lady. So thanks for joining us today and covering. Again, if you are just hopping on or didn't catch this earlier, I was going to have Millionaire Hoy on here, who is a full-time YouTube influencer. He had a little medical condition, so we are rescheduling that. But make sure that you subscribe for Magic Monday. You can hit the little button on your phone to get notified of next time we go live. It's every Monday at 11:11 a.m. We're talking about what if your Mondays didn't suck, and you could create movie magic using video influence and digital marketing strategies. So thanks, Sarah, for hopping on here today. If you want to see more from Sarah, you can find her on Instagram and YouTube at 40 Hours of Freedom. And yeah, anything else, Sarah?
No, thanks for having me on, sis. Love ya.
Coolio. Okay, you guys have an awesome rest of your week, and go make some magic. Woo!